Half Sword is by far the single best physics game on the market. I have found this game on TikTok roughly 5 months ago, and I love this game so much that I haven't played any other game in about 3 weeks. I don't know if it's the brutality or just the fighting in general that makes this game so enjoyable, or if it's the controls that no other game uses, but this game is 100% a must play. So Half Sword is a physics-based medieval fighting game featuring historically accurate 15th century weapons and armor. Now the physics in this game are like nothing else. It was made with Unreal Engine 5, which obviously is the best engine for creating games. The best way I can explain the physics in this game is if you have a mace and you hit someone in their right arm, it can break their right arm and they won't be able to use it. Or if you stab someone in a certain place, they'll hunch over, they'll grab it, they won't be able to move as well on that side, or their moving can just be completely impaired and they might not be able to get back up. So right now there's 3 different brutality modes. There's gentle, which I think is just like bruising. I haven't actually played it. There's gruesome, which is just a light amount of blood, and there's grotesque, which is the one that I am using in this video right now. It is brutal. If you punch someone in the side of the head, their head can just explode with blood. And you can hear it, and you can hear like bones breaking and just blood squelching, and it's so fucking amazing. Now the controls in this game are very different to any other game. Basically, most of it is controlled with your mouse, so I'll explain a little bit of it. If you grab your mouse and you hold left click, you'll be able to control your right arm. If you hold right click, you'll be able to control your left arm. There's no way of changing it as of yet, but the devs have a roadmap out, and that is one of the things they're going to change, is the controls, and they're adding different keybind options. You can also kick by pressing spacebar, and you can see a couple times in this video that I spin around. I've recently learned how to do a spin kick, and if you do it just right and you hit them in the right place, it can break their neck with one kick. You can also grab. You press E to grab with your right hand and Q to grab with your left hand. And also the controls are the same for sheathing and unsheathing your weapons. You hold them. You hold E to unsheath a weapon from your left side, and you hold Q to unsheath a weapon from your right side, or with that corresponding arm. For two-handed weapons, the hand you use to pick it up will be the mouse button you use to control the weapon. So if you pick up a weapon with your right hand, you will hold left click to control the weapon. If you hold right click with some of them, it holds it kind of in two hands like a blocking motion. On the topic of weapons, every single weapon has its own weight system. Small weapons will be extremely mobile, and big massive weapons will be very, very heavy, but they will also do a lot of damage if you hit them. There's also different material weapons. There's blades, there's maces made of metal, there's some wooden weapons, metal gloves that you can use. But all of the weapons are, as I said, from the 15th century. They've paid a lot of attention, but they've also done their weight system corresponding to the weapons in amazing detail. Each weapon can also do its own damage, so blunt weapons will be more prone to knock you out, or if you hit somebody with the blunt part of a sharp weapon, like say the back of an axe, it'll work the exact same as hitting them with a hammer or a mace. And the sharp weapons now with their new dismemberment system will obviously dismember people. There's a lot of points of dismemberment. There's like the wrist, the elbow, the shoulder, the neck, the chest. There's so many points of dismemberment. And the sounds it makes when even like you hit someone with an axe and it gets stuck in their flesh, the sounds are just on point. Or when you slash someone with a knife or with a sword, or if you stab someone, it's perfect. They've done such a good job making this game. Now, this game is set to release in Q4 of 2025, so anytime in October, November, or December. It's gonna be nearly a year before this game comes out. You can request access to play the playtest from the demo page. There is a demo, but it is nothing like this video. The demo is a very bare bones development of this game, but this is as close to the finished product as you are going to get. Now this game doesn't have multiplayer, it is a single player only game, but the community is constantly asking for multiplayer, so it's looking like the devs are going to include a multiplayer mode down the line. Now in this game there's 8 different classes, ranging from just a homeless person to a king's knight. And most of the weapons for each class are different. Some of them are the same, like the swords are the same. But They're all unique in their own way. The homeless man, all you spawn in with is just a shirt and a pair of pants. You don't spawn in with anything. And there's also 3 different modes with the homeless man. So there's fist play, which is a one-on-one fist fight. There is spoilance, which is 5 people spawn in the arena with weapons all over the ground. There's usually between 4 and 6 weapons. Sometimes you will find a helmet or a pair of gloves. The gloves mean you can punch someone a lot harder, and the helmet can protect you from getting killed. There's also carnage, which 4 people spawn in with a knife, and it's just a fight to the death. Moving on to the farmer. The farmer is a very bare bones weapons class. You will spawn with farm weapons, like you will spawn with a 2-handed axe, a hatchet, a sickle, a knife, so on, and you will also have just a cloth hat on your head. There's nothing special about it. A few of the weapons are just perfect. And then there's 6 different classes, going from a basic warrior to a king's guard. Each have a different level of armor. The first class of knight will just have normal clothes on. The third one up could have, say, metal gloves and a metal hat. And then the King's Guard class at the top has a full metal chalice. The weight system also applies to armor, so the more metal armor you have, the slower you will be and the quicker your stamina will drain. You can also hear the armor when you're walking around. And moving on to the different modes in this game. As I previously explained, there's the fist play, the spoilance, and the carnage. The spoilance and the carnage go up to, I think, about class 4 or 5. And the fist play gets changed to a duel, which is a 1v1 battle against someone in the same class, just with possibly different weapons. It's the same thing as fist play, but basically just with weapons. Then once you move up the classes, there's a thing called a small Buhurt. 2 teams of 3 are fighting to the death. Once a team is defeated, you win the game. And then in the top class, there's a thing called Brave Stand, which is a 1v4 against a lower class. So maybe it could be the 3rd or the 4th class up. But obviously you're going to have an arsenal of weapons, and they're going to have basic farmer's weapons with basic armor. And you're going to have full metal plated armor. So there's a lot of modes to keep you entertained in this game, and it's kept me entertained for the 30 or 40 somewhat hours I've played of it. It just goes to show how much content is in this game and how much content is going to be in this game. So personally, I think you should get this game. I think everybody with a PC should get this game. Even though it's made with Unreal Engine 5, it's not exactly the most demanding game. Yeah, if you play on ultra settings, then obviously with all the blood, it's going to be very demanding, and the shaders in this game are just beautiful. But you can play on the lowest setting. It won't look the best, but it will perform perfectly. The video you're seeing now is on high setting, which is the middle setting. And this game looks beautiful. Like, you can see reflections coming off the pools of blood on the ground. You can see accurate shadows. So you can play this game with obviously a beast of a PC, or you can play it with just a very minimal, bare bones PC. There's 2 modes that are work in progress. There's nothing about them anywhere on their Discord or on their Steam or anything. There's nothing about them, but they have been in work in progress since I started playing the game. They also have links to their Steam, their Twitch, and their Discord down in the bottom left hand corner of the main menu. So in conclusion, as I said, this game is a must play. This game is currently only available on Steam, so if you don't have Steam, download it on the store, search up Half Sword. It'll bring you to the demo. When you scroll down, hit request access for playtest, and they should give you access within 12 to 24 hours. Now, thank you very much for watching to the end. I do appreciate it. Now, there will be a link in the description to the Half Sword demo Steam page, and scroll down and request for access. And I'll talk to you in the next one.